Ignoring your reality is that crucial step in the manifesting process which you cannot afford to ignore. If you are able to ignore your current reality, then your desired reality, your desires, they are going to manifest. It's a guarantee. But if you're not able to ignore your reality, then the situation which is currently existing, the one that is making you sad, which is giving you anxiety, is going to continue forever. But I know this is easier said than done. How can you pretend to be rich when you're broke? Or how can you pretend to be in a loving relationship when you're single and it seems as if the entire world, the entire social media is trying to taunt you? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 easy steps, and they're not just normal hacks. They're all based on science and psychology, which you can adopt to ignore your reality and manifest your desires. Let's start. Hey fam, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. My name is Akansha, and as you saw from the trailer, I talk about manifestation, motivation and mindset, but mostly I give incredible hacks. They're so cool, they're like my superpower. But don't take my word for it, watch the video. So let's dive into the video immediately and start with the basics. Why do we need to ignore our reality? See, the manifestation process is such that you have to use the law of attraction. According to the law of attraction, whatever you focus on, it will expand. So whatever you put your energy in or whatever you put your emotions in, that thing will expand. For example, you don't have any money. You're just concentrating on that thought that you don't have any money. So what are you feeling? You're experiencing anxiety. You're experiencing stress. According to the law of attraction, this situation will expand and you will experience more things in which you're anxious or feeling stressed. So now let's talk about the manifestation process. How do you begin the manifestation process? You think of a desire and then you let that desire go. It is the universe's responsibility to bring that desire into your reality. What is your responsibility as an individual? How can you hasten the process? Well, you can pretend that you already have this thing that you're trying to manifest. Why does that help? See, imagine that you don't have any money, but you're pretending to be very rich and you're focusing on having a lot of money. You're just pretending that this is real and has already happened. What's going to happen is that your vibrations, your mind is going to vibrate at the frequency of abundance. So then the universe will get confused that her surroundings is of lack, of scarcity, but she's vibrating at the frequency of abundance. So it has to elevate your current reality to match your mindset. So your current reality will also become abundant. Now that you've understood why ignoring the reality is so important, let's begin with the steps. The first step is to change your perspective. What do I mean by this? See, whatever problem you're focusing on, like I told you, would expand. So you have to begin by taking that problem and changing your viewpoint about it. When you approach that problem with a little excitement, everything starts to change. There is something known as the reticular activating system, or the RAS, which is basically a group of neurons in your brainstem, and their responsibility is to mediate behavior. Medical jargon aside, what this basically means is the RAS is like you've seen that angry girlfriend meme, right? So think of it like an angry girlfriend meme. The one who's convinced that her boyfriend is cheating on her, so she checks all the Instagram posts and their comments and the phone and everything until she finds that evidence. So the RAS's responsibility is to find evidence or proof for things that you believe. For example, you must have experienced it yourself. Imagine that you're going for an exams and you think that, oh, if I see the color yellow, I'm going to fly through the exams. And if I see the color yellow, I'm going to crash and burn. It doesn't matter. In both circumstances, you're going to see yellow. It's not that the world has become yellow. It's just that your RAS is guiding your mind. It's guiding your eyes to focus on the color yellow. So whenever you are faced with a problem, you have to approach it with enthusiasm. For example, imagine that you're trying to lose a lot of weight and you've tried an exercise regime and you've lost a few kilos, but now you're stagnant or you've come to that plateau part. So instead of going on to the scale and with disappointment saying, oh, I didn't lose any weight, approach it with excitement. Be like, oh, I didn't lose any weight, which means that I didn't gain any weight, which means that my new diet and my new exercise program is working. See, the relationship between your mind and behavior is very complex. So when the mind or the RAS identifies that, okay, this is a new belief that she's thinking that her exercise and diet is working, it's going to make some changes in your immediate behavior. It's going to make your posture better. See, when I'm slouching, how am I looking? And see, when I'm sitting tall, how am I looking? So when it's improving your posture, your gut will automatically get sucked in. You will become more noticeable, and the people around you will notice that you're looking a little slimmer, and then they are going to be forced to compliment you. And these compliments, they're going to serve as further evidence. What's going to happen then? The stress weight that you're holding would also come out. And then, because people are already complimenting you, you're going to be motivated to work harder, to stick to your diet, and you're actually going to lose the weight. See how this is changing your reality by ignoring your current reality? It is not your job to find evidence. That is the RAS's job. What you have to do is just approach your problems with excitement. I'm going to give you another example. Suppose you're going to a party and you don't have a date, and you're just dreading the fact that you're going to be alone. So if you continue to focus on this problem, oh, I'm going to be alone, you're going to reek of desperation. You're going to be going to that party with your shoulders slouched, and you'll have bad energy. You'll have bad energy. Nobody would want to talk to you. Instead, if you approach it with excitement and you're like, yes, I'm going to go to this party, I'm going to enjoy my life, I'm going to have no boyfriend drama, you're actually going to enjoy it. People are going to see you, how much you're enjoying, they're going to focus on you, and you're going to build genuine connections because you're actually a fun person. Technically, you might not get a boyfriend in this situation, but you'll build genuine friends. So for the next party, you're not going to be alone. See again how your reality has changed? Now, let's talk about point number 2. This point is basically sheltering your truth. What do I mean by this? The problem with the RAS is that there is no off button. Okay, so when you're focusing on your desired reality, it's also going to notice things from your current reality, like the disappointed faces of people who don't believe in you, or the low bank balance, or especially people who are directly taunting you or who are telling you to change your path. So what do you do in such a situation? You pretend to have a secret. Now, before I tell you what I mean by this, I'm going to share a little scientific study that I found very interesting. So a study was conducted in which athletes were divided into 2 groups. One athlete was asked to run, and one athlete was asked to imagine that they are running. And it was so shocking that both these groups, they had similar physiological results. Their heart rates increased, their breaths increased, they started sweating. So this means that your mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. So you must have experienced this yourself. If you're watching a really good horror movie, you actually feel palpitations. So I want you to pretend. What do I want you to pretend? Imagine that you have a friend and their birthday is coming. So you've ordered like the best gift from them, like something from their favorite show or something like that, but it's going to take some time. So even if that friend approaches you and they're like, oh my God, you didn't give me something for my birthday is coming, you're not even throwing me a party. Are you going to get disappointed? You know the truth. It's coming. You know how happy they are going to be. So I want you to be in that state, that mindset, that if somebody is taunting you, if somebody is trying to pull you down, just imagine or visualize how good that person would feel or how their reaction would change once your desired reality actually comes. So if they're like, you don't have any money, just imagine how happy they're going to be or how jealous they're going to be. It doesn't matter. The reaction can be organic. Just spend a minute visualizing. I know this sounds a little cuckoo, but cuckoo works. Now, before I tell you point number 3, guys, if you like this video till now, you're going to love my next video. Show me some love, like, comment, subscribe. And I want you to get a little out of your comfort zone because I want to shake things up. I want to be that clingy friend that changes your life. Today, I want you to go out and give a random stranger a compliment. Build good vibes and tell me in the comment section how that felt. Okay, let's start with point number 3. This is my favorite because I get to use psychology, science, and creativity. Are you ready? So, the problem with behavior and your mindset is that there are certain patterns which the subconscious mind knows and the conscious mind doesn't, and these patterns are repeated on a daily basis. You don't even realize these patterns, and these patterns have certain triggers which cause certain reactions. For example, imagine that you're coming back from work and then you're just picking up dinner. So when you're picking up that dinner, that could be like a trigger that, oh God, I'm spending so much money, I'm going to continue to be broke. Or imagine that you've come back from work and you're sitting and watching a TV, something on the TV, and there's a nice couple on the TV, and then you feel sad that I don't have that kind of a life. Are you understanding these triggers? So these triggers are so deep down that you can't dig them up. So I suggest that in the evening you have to take out some time to do a physical activity. It doesn't mean that you have to join a particular class. You can do anything. You can do yoga, you can do dance, you can put on some music and just dance randomly. The goofier, the better. You can go for a walk. The only rule is that when you are doing this physical activity, there should be no electronics, like specifically your phone. You should focus on the feelings that this physical activity is creating. So be mindful. Now, how does that help? See, scientifically, it has been proven that any form of physical activity, anything, it releases serotonin and endorphins, which gives you a kick. So immediately, the first benefit of this is that you're going to raise your vibrations. So the higher the vibrations, the faster your manifestation process. The second benefit is that once you start changing things up, you start shaking it up. So you're doing something which makes you happy, your mind starts looking forward to it. So instead of focusing on the negative things that it is used to focusing on, it will anticipate that physical exercise that you're going to do in the evening, and it's going to be excited about it throughout the day. So you're maintaining your high vibration. That's the second benefit. And the third and the final benefit is that when you exercise, you build more neuro pathways in your brain. So when you're building more neuro pathways, you're actually keeping your brain sharper. And when you're keeping your brain sharper, it becomes more creative. And with creativity, you're able to manifest things in a better manner because you are inspired more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you do, you know the drill, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Bye. Happy manifesting.